Piccadilly Records first opened in 1978, where the Piccadilly Hotel is now. It moved to Brown Street in 1990. The only thing that's changed is really the kind of music that we sell. But the most popular music in 1978, I suppose, probably would have been things like disco or you know, big rock acts and people like that. I would say that the indie music, tech house, things like that, but there's a broad range of things that we do, so it's actually really difficult to kind of nail down any one particular genre that's dominant.
Pump up the volume, pump up the volume.
I first got into music when I was about 12, 13, and I used to listen to like Iron Maiden and rap stuff like, you know, BDP, NWA, Public Enemy, stuff like that. I used to collect tapes, and a lot of the tapes that I used to collect were either, you know, given to me, or I'd go to like Music Zone or St Helens Market and buy some tapes, you know. And from buying tapes, my mum had a record player, and I used to buy some records as well, you know, because I was interested in music and, you know, just used to like to collecting things, you know. I still buy records. Like the other day, I went digging in Kaleidoscope Records. That's a good spot in St Helens, and I picked up some of these gems here. So I picked up that Easy Rider, Planets, you know, some nice little breaks on there for sampling with, you know, and they only cost us like 50p each. You know, I'm not going to go out and spend loads of money. I think like the most I paid for a record ever has been about 30 quid. I'm not one of them type of dudes they'll go out and spend, you know, 300 quid on a record. For one, I don't have the fucking money, like, but, you know, I find if you dig hard enough and deep enough, you can get yourself some bargains.
Your heads, everybody, if you got what it takes. Cause I'm KRS and I'm on the mic and premieres on the praise.
Battling about 1998. I think the first battle I entered was in Birmingham. It wasn't even a DMC or anything. My friend was studying at Birmingham University, and you know, he was into DJ. He was from round here, like originally. DJ Crow, look him up. He has a dope collection. He's a good DJ. You know, so he'd been DJing a bit before me, and he said, "Oh yeah, there's this battle at me university," and he said, "Do I fancy having a crack at it?" I was like, "Yeah, go on, that. You know, I'm up for that." So yeah, I went down to Brum and, you know, did this little battle, and it was good fun. So yeah, I got like a bit of a bug from that. For years I was taking like 6 boxes of records to a gig, you know, to a bar gig or whatever, and, you know, there's nothing glamorous about carrying 6 boxes of records, you know. Some people might like that. I don't miss that, to be honest. Yeah, I like sampling records and, you know, chopping stuff up on the sampler, making beats. But a guy who does it, you know, who knows his shit is Mr. Scruff.
I'm Mr. Scruff. I'm a disc jockey, producer for the Ninja Tune label. I like to play a lot of records, as you can see. I'm not one for the convenience of MP3s, so I've got a bad back but very happy ears. I suppose the most obvious sample that I've used is the Moondog, Bird's Lament, which is the saxophone sample for Get a Move On. So I'm sure I can see how good my filing system is, but I'm sure I could dig those out and kind of, you know, do a bit of a before and after. Alright, let's get a move on. There we go. So, first up we have get a move on. There you go, cheeky ditty. And this is the original saxophone sample, which is by this gentleman, Moondog, a very legendary musician who's done several albums. He's passed away now, but a very big influence. And maybe if I played the right tune, you'd hear where I got the sample from. There we go. The first record I bought was a record by Shakin' Stevens called Green Door, which I bought the week it came out from, I think, W.H. Smith's for about 60p, and I sold it a couple of weeks later for 50p so I could buy a specials record. First album I got was Complete Madness by Madness, mildly better than Shakin' Stevens.